Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Do Stuff, Drink Beer. I'm Dan, and I'm here in my basement. Today's going to be a very special episode. It's one of those episodes I really don't like to do. It's an episode that I hope I don't have to do a whole lot of. Today's episode is in Memoriam. Today, we're going to feature breweries that are no longer with us. Breweries that have closed down in the year 2024, and I'm going to be highlighting 3. So that means this is just 3 of the dozens of breweries that closed down in New Jersey alone in 2024. Behind each one of these beers is an awesome brewery. And it's not just like Big Beer. Behind Big Beer is a corporation. Behind a craft brewery is a family. It's a dream. It's a craft that has been shaped with love and determination. It's a collaboration of people who are getting together to make something that they believe in. And when they don't have support from local restaurants, local bars, or they just don't get their word out enough, or enough people aren't telling enough people, hey man, you really should go and try this place out because it is friggin' awesome. When that doesn't happen, the breweries go away. The dreams are crushed, and we never get to see them again. Again, I don't want to do this episode, but I feel that it's important to give one last shout out to 3 awesome breweries. I'm going to be tasting these 3 here, so let's get started. These 3 are going to be taking their final flight. Beer number 1 comes from Forgotten Boardwalk.
Forgotten Boardwalk was in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and today they're giving us free parking. Free parking is a Pilsner. It is a 4.6%, and the notes are refreshing with a crisp, clean finish.
On the can, we have what looks like a poker chip, and it says, Jersey's favorite game helps POWs get out of jail free. So I always love when breweries put some interesting shit on their cans. During World War II, British Special Forces snuck rigged Monopoly sets into POWs caught behind enemy lines. A tiny red dot in the free parking space signaled that the game was a ticket home. Maps, compasses, and other tools nested in the game helped our troops escape to freedom. How friggin' cool is that? There's a little piece of history for you. What an awesome thing to put on the side of a can. Here's the Forgotten Boardwalk. Cheers. Oh, dear God, that's good. It's got your basic Pilsner crispness to it, almost like biting into a nice apple in late September, early October. It's great on the nose, and the finish has a very unique sweetness to it. And I almost want to keep referring back to more of that apple orchardy kind of flavor. It's not your typical straight sweetness. It almost has some kind of, dare I say, a little tinge of sourness that give it a very, very unique flavor and a very unique finish. I love this beer. Full disclosure, I've never had Forgotten Boardwalk, and it's such a shame because I really, really, really wanted to go down to Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and go to Forgotten Boardwalk. My buddies have been telling me, oh, you gotta go. It's a great brewery. All their beers are awesome. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll get there. And then before you know it, now I can't go. So don't be me. Be that person that goes to that brewery. Be the person that tells someone like me, get off your ass, go to this brewery, drink their beer, you're going to love it. This is fantastic. I love this beer. First time I had it, and I love it, and I wish I had more of it. That's fantastic. I mean, look at that. Beautiful clear color. Nice delicate collar on it. Oh my God, that is awesome. Very good. Very good. For those out there who might be watching that used to own Forgotten Boardwalk, thank you. Thank you for putting this out into the world. Beer number 2. Beer number 2 is something special to me. I don't talk about it on the podcast. In fact, this is going to be the first time I mention it. And I don't really want to harp on this because I want it to be a very neutral kind of judging of beers. But beer number 2 is from Ross Brewing. And it's their Fish Finder. Now, typically this is the point where I read off the can and tell you all about it. I don't have to do that this time. Here's why. I was part of the ownership family of Ross Brewing. Had a very small piece of the brewery, and I worked there. I'm a refrigeration tech by trade. I helped build the walk-in cooler at Ross Brewing, install it, maintain it. And right before we closed down, I also did sales for it. So those of you who are out, you probably saw me in one of your favorite liquor stores doing tastings and telling you all about that beer. This is one of my favorite beers from Ross, if not the most favorite. It is a Golden Helles Lager. They did a collaboration with Tack Waterman. And if you don't know who Tack Waterman is, Tack Waterman is actually a fishing gear company. And when they came to Ross, they asked, can we have a beer that we can recommend to our customers that can go out on these charter boats, go fishing all day, drink a bunch of these, and still make it back into shore on 2 legs? The answer was Fish Finder. This is a 5.4. I'm sorry, it's 5.2. If you had somebody in your friend group that says, oh, I don't like craft beer, get rid of them. You don't need that negativity. But if you can't get rid of them, have them try Fish Finder and then have them tell you they don't like craft beer. I used to call this one my gateway beer, because when you had this and you say, oh, that's craft beer, that's craft beer, you're now more inclined to go try others. It is sweet, it's refreshing, it's crisp, it's clean, and it's a Helles. The thing about Helles in German, Helles means hell, but it's not like you and I know it as hell. Hell to them is bright and light, and when you taste Fish Finder, you'll see why. Ross closed in June, a month or 2 after Forgotten Boardwalk, right before the peak of the summer, where we had 103-degree weather for a week here in New Jersey. This would have went really well. Ross, Fish Finder, here's to you. It's just like I remember it. It's one of the sweetest, the most clean beers I've ever had from Ross. And the fact that it's gone is a crying shame. Ross, John, thank you, brother. Dan G, thank you. Finally, just last month, we lost a dear friend. We didn't lose him in that sense, but we certainly did lose his brewery. Our buddy Steve Ashton decided that it was time that Ashton Brewing close. He made the announcement in November and basically said it's to the end of December or the end of beer, whichever came first. Fortunately, he was able to make it through most of December, selling some of the most awesome beers you've ever tasted. Ashton was a brewery before it was Ashton. Steve and his wife came in and bought the place and turned it into something special. But much like every other brewery that we talked about so far, there were some factors that caused it to change. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to take it to that next level. But I'm just glad that I got to be part of the level that he did put out to the world. So for Ashton Brewing, beer number 3 is their Stone Hearth. Stone Hearth is a winter lager with cacao nibs and orange peel. It's 6.8%. Enjoy this rich, warming winter lager conditioned on subtle amounts of cacao nibs and orange peel. So when you think of this, first of all, 6.8, which is decent octane as far as a winter lager is concerned. And I assume the taste is going to be a lot like a chocolate orange. So you have a nice warming feeling, plus you got that chocolate and orange peel. Let's see what it smells like. If you haven't noticed, I'm not doing my typical 3. I'm not doing sniff, taste, and finish, because I'm not ranking these beers. I'm simply reviewing them. So, beer number 3. Ooh, beer number 3 smells awesome. Oh, that's good. I like the color on it. It's a nice amber, which is, with me. I always like ambers and darker lagers, so that's pretty cool. It's got a nice perfect color to it. Let's see what it tastes like. Holy shit. Holy shit. That is really fucking good. Holy shit. This is the point in the beer tasting where I usually tell you guys, man, go out and get you some of this. But I can't. It's gone. I can only tell you this one, that one, none of these should be gone right now. But it happens, and it's happening every day across the country, but it doesn't have to be this way. Typically at the end of the show, I tell you to like and subscribe. I would still like you to like and subscribe, but I also want to do a different call to action. Folks, get your friends together. Support your local brewery. It's more than just beer. You're helping out a family. You're helping out a dream. And you're helping that brewery not become one of the statistics that we see here. This is my first in Memoriam episode. I hope it's my last. Support your local brewery. Like, subscribe. Send us an email, dostuffdrinkbeer@gmail.com. Let us know about breweries that might need our help. Brewery owners, we would love to come see you and film an episode at your brewery and let the world know what you're all about. If we can help, if we can drive some awesome people like the viewers out here to your brewery to show everybody what you got, we're all for it. Folks, thanks for stopping by. For these breweries, it's last call. I'll see you next time.